Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. This will be a general love reading for the collective. Not all of the messages that come through in this reading may apply to everyone watching today. So please only take in from this reading what speaks to your soul and what resonates for you and your situation. And release the rest to the universe. So let's see what messages are coming through for the collective today, please. What do we need to hear? I wish I had handled things differently. I was selfish, immature, and only looking out for my best interests. You deserve someone better than me. Well, there's a whole lot going on here in this card, isn't there, guys, watching the reading? Yes, there is. First of all, your person wishes they had handled things differently. But there's no genie in a bottle that's going to transport them back in time. All they can do is make things different moving forward. But they do regret how they handled things between the two of you. And that, I feel, is the gist of this card. I was selfish. Your person was perhaps very selfish. Perhaps they approached this whole connection with you from the place of their pride and their ego. And they can see now that, well, pride and ego don't belong in this connection. Not these kind of connections at all. Well, pride and ego don't really belong in any relationship, truly, because pride and ego create problems. When someone is operating from a place of their pride and their ego and their stubbornness, it is because they have something broken within them and they're trying to present this false sense of who they are. They are wearing a mask because they're not being real, because deep down inside they are insecure. And your person is acknowledging this. I was selfish, immature. Yes, your person probably was immature, because if they were mature, they would have had a conversation with you about needing to take a break, about needing to put a pause on this connection, about what they were going through and what they were experiencing, and that things were moving too fast between the two of you, or perhaps that their feelings for you developed so quickly and it scared them. It overwhelmed them. And they weren't used to feeling what they were feeling. If they were mature, they would have had a conversation with you about it, because that is what adults do in adult relationships. But your person is acknowledging that they were selfish and immature and only looking out for their best interests. But they're also saying here that you deserve someone better than them. You deserve someone better than that version of them, actually, is what they're saying. Because they are transforming and evolving to become that better person. Because they can see that they needed to take accountability for the things that they brought into this relationship that were selfish behaviors, coming at you with pride and ego, being immature, bringing drama, chaos, confusion, trauma for you, definitely. Heartache and heartbreak for you, emotional devastation for you as well. This is why they wish they'd handled things differently. I feel this person feels really bad for what they have done in this connection for the two of you. And they want to fix it. They want to make amends, but they know that they're going to have to reach out and start rebuilding this relationship. But first, they know that they need to apologize. And they are working through this apology of how they're going to present all of this to you and speak the truth to you and tell you why they did all of this and why they allowed all of these things to happen. Basically, they will speak the truth because you need to hear the truth, and you need to hear it from them. Actually, not from me. You need to hear it from them. But they will do that because they have been growing, changing, and evolving, so that they're no longer selfish, so that pride and ego are no longer part of their persona, so that they are not looking out for their best interests, but looking out for the interests of you and of this connection, because they are becoming this better person, the person that you deserve, the person who is worthy of you and of this love. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. It's easier to pretend everything is okay right now than to deal with what I'm dealing with. Well, that is just sort of like a double-loaded sentence there, isn't it? I feel your person could be going through some difficulties in their life at the moment. Perhaps they're having to deal with some financial challenges. Perhaps they're having to deal with some problems around the house, some unexpected expenses. Maybe they're having issues with their job. Maybe there's drama at their job. Maybe they're trying very desperately to hold on to their job, or they're trying to change jobs, find a new job, get a promotion, but that's not happening for them either. But as well, I feel that this is your person really feeling the heaviness of all of these things that they have brought into your life, wishing they'd handled things differently, being selfish and immature, coming at this connection with pride and ego. And they are having to take the ownership of all of these things that they did that were so damaging, emotionally damaging to you, trying to pretend that everything's okay. This person perhaps thinking that they can fake it until they make it, but that does not really work. And that is something that everyone says, I'm just going to fake it until I make it, but really deep down inside, you can't really fake it until you make it. You have to own the things that you have done, and you have to make amends for all of that. Because that is truly the only way this person is going to be able to pull themselves up and out of this place that they are at the moment. And I feel for this person, what they are experiencing is that for them, reality has set in. And they are having to feel what it is like to not have you in their life. And they are having to acknowledge to themselves every day that it is because of the things that they did, the words that they said, their actions, their behaviors, their toxic and dysfunctional stuff that they brought into this connection that didn't belong here, which is why they start this reading today with, I wish I handled things differently, because that is what your person wishes. But as well, this is telling us that your person is not going to just wish that. They are going to take action to make changes because they want to come back an improved version of themselves, someone who has maturity, someone who is not selfish but selfless, someone who is no longer operating from pride and ego, because I feel with the amount of regret and remorse that this person is feeling at the moment, they are having a healthy serving of humble pie. And when they return, they will be very humble as they represent themselves to you. They will apologize, and it will be a very sincere apology. But I feel your person is pretending that things are okay, thinking that other people in their life, their friends, their co-workers, perhaps their family as well, thinking that these people don't know what's really going on with them, that they're really in this emotionally devastated space themselves. But let me assure you that people who know your person are well aware that they are not in this good place, and that they are wearing a mask, and that they are trying to pretend that everything is just hunky-dory in their life. But pretending is not going to work. Your person needs to get real, get authentic, and face all of this stuff so that they can battle their way back to you, because the reality that your person is feeling at the moment is definitely a harsh reality that they are admitting that they brought upon themselves, and they truly know that they have no one to blame but themselves for their current experience. Lying to you was easier for me. Lying to you was just easier for me than telling you the truth about what was going on. Well, I feel that this is about your person not admitting that their feelings for you were developing too quickly, that they were feeling overwhelmed by the intensity of what was happening between the two of you. The passion was off the charts. The chemistry was insane. Well, it still is, actually. Those things haven't gone. Your person's emotions were on overdrive, and they still are, actually, which is why they're pretending that everything is okay. Because if their emotions were no longer on overdrive for this person, they would be okay, and they would just be moving on. But their feelings, their love, their emotions are still part of them and still part of this connection. And they tried to lie to you by denying their feelings, by rejecting this love, by telling you that they didn't have feelings for you, by saying it was one-sided, by saying it was all in your head, by saying that these kind of connections are just fairy tale and make-believe and that they don't exist if you tried to talk to this person about whether you were soulmates or twin flames. However your person presented these falsehoods to you about how they feel about you, It was easier for them to lie than tell you the truth about what was going on inside of them. They were afraid that you were going to judge them. They were afraid that you weren't going to like them. If this person had started talking to you about all of their old emotional wounds and damage and their fears and their insecurities and abandonment issues and rejection nonsense, they are afraid that you would have looked at them like they had 3 heads and said, "Oh, I'm not going to handle this." But you would not have done that because you have compassion and unconditional love and understanding for this person. Right? You would have helped them, or you would have pointed them in the direction of someone who could help them heal and work on these things. But this is what I feel your person was hiding from you for many of you watching this reading. For some of you, I do feel your person did have these discussions with you about things that they went through when they were children or teenagers or young adults that sort of like created this soundtrack of stuff that has constantly played in their heads for so very long about how they're not good enough, about how they're unlovable, creating these fears, creating these insecurities that your person has been carrying with them for a very long time. And they didn't want you to know that they had carried this stuff around for so long. But as I said, for some of you, perhaps your person was open and shared this with you. Regardless of how this happened for the two of you when you were together before, when your person comes back, there's going to be a heavy dose of realness coming from them to you. They are going to tell you everything about why they behave the ways that they did, not to create excuses for themselves, but in a way so that you have your own knowledge, that you have your own validation about what you perhaps perceived was going on with them. Because you can tell when someone's got issues that they don't want to talk about. You can tell when someone's hiding who they really are because they're wearing a mask. You could see through that mask, though, because of this connection. Your person wasn't real. They weren't authentic with you. But as they come back, they will be, because they know that they need to get real, they need to get honest, and they need to get truthful and act with integrity in this connection. I feel unworthy of your love. Well, this comes back to some of this stuff that we were talking about before. I feel like your person may feel unworthy of their love because of the things that they replay in their mind about things that people have said to them in the past, carrying that stuff with them for a very long time. It's time for them to let that go. It is time for them to kick that to the curb, to set it on fire, to kick it into the gutter, to get rid of it once and for all. Your person may feel unworthy of your love because of how they treated you, because of how they acted, because they were selfish, immature, ego-driven, proud. And your person knows that these things really do not belong in this relationship. This can be why they feel unworthy of your love as well. They are feeling the heavy weight of guilt. They're feeling a lot of remorse, and they do not like how it feels right now. But they need to feel it because it is giving them the major wake-up call that they need so that they can start making their way back towards you. But let's see what else is coming through for this message. I just can't forgive myself. Well, your person needs to forgive themselves, but first of all, they need to ask you to forgive them. I feel that they will be able to forgive themselves for how they treated you, for how they acted, once they have apologized to you, if you are willing to forgive them and accept their apology. Your person is having a bit of a difficult time at the moment, and I feel the reality of everything that they have done has come crashing down on them, because they are in this space right now where they are feeling the heaviness of it, for running, for ghosting, for ignoring you, for denying the connection, for not being the partner who is worthy of your love, for not being able to tell you what was going on with them, for not telling you the truth about old emotional wounds and fears and insecurities that they have been dragging with them for a very long time, because they weren't able to be emotionally vulnerable or transparent with you, because they were fearful, yet again, that you were going to judge them. But all of this is something that is going to be different, because your person is working through these issues so that they can come back. They are making themselves worthy of you and of this relationship, because your person wants to show back up and be the partner who can be selfless, loving, caring, and giving. Someone who has the best interests of this relationship and of you at the forefront of their mind and of their heart. But we're going to use some tarot cards now and see what else needs to come through for this message today, please. Well, this is the moon. No surprises that the melancholy moon would show up today. Feel your person is feeling a lot of sadness at the moment. Feeling the heaviness, feeling the weight of all of this right now with the moon appearing. But the moon is a card of illusions, actually. Encouraging your person to look at their illusions, to get rid of them, to release them, to let them go. Because illusions don't belong in this relationship, just like pride and ego don't. Your person is sad. I do feel that they are missing you. With this moon card showing up, they are definitely feeling a lot of heavy weight of the guilt and the remorse that they are feeling right now. Their reality at the moment is not a pleasant one for this person. And they feel this longing for you, this loneliness for you that is calling out at them, like the wolves howl at the moon, right? It is calling out at them to do something and to take action. The moon is also a card of dreams. Your person wanting to dream about you at night, hoping to dream about you at night, hoping to connect with you in that 5D space. But the moon as well is about your person looking deep within their subconscious. And as we look into our subconscious, however that happens, people do it different ways. It can be done through meditation. It can be done through some healing modalities. It can be done with talking to a therapist and some other things. Your person is looking deep into their subconscious so that they can work on and release all of the things that cause them to be selfish, proud, full of ego, immature, and everything else, so that those things can be released from their psyche and from their subconscious, but also so they're no longer going to negatively impact this relationship. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. What do we need to hear? And that is the Wheel of Fortune. Well, the Wheel of Fortune is the wheel of the universe, and it is constantly spinning and turning, creating change in our lives. And with it coming next to the moon, I feel that there is this change that's coming for your person, pulling them up and out of this place where they have been melancholy, sad, where they are pretending that everything is okay, and encouraging them to move forward to this place where things are lighter and brighter for them. But this person is also acknowledging that the place of light and bright is with you. The place for happiness is with you. And they understand that there is unfinished business here between the two of you. They are hoping that you are going to hear them out. They are praying that you are going to forgive them so that they can also forgive themselves. They are acknowledging that there is so much more to this story than where it currently stands. But as well, with this Wheel of Fortune showing up, the Wheel of Fortune is the wheel of karma. And perhaps your person is having to deal with some karmic repercussions as well, for hurting your feelings, for breaking your heart, for bringing emotional devastation into your life, because we can't get away from doing all of those things scot-free. We have to pay the piper at some point, right? But that could be why your person is pretending that everything is okay, when deep down inside, this person feels like they're crumbling and falling apart. But things are changing in this connection because the Wheel of Fortune is constantly turning and creating change in your person's life, in your life, but also in this connection. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. What does the collective need to hear? Do we have the Ace of Wands? Well, the Ace of Wands is a very positive card to get, because that is all about starting over in a much higher place than where this relationship was before. The Ace of Wands is about an awakening. It is about spiritual growth. It is about maturing. It is about growing up and evolving and changing. And this is what has been happening for your person during the time that you are away from each other. But as well, the Ace of Wands is about a fresh start. But a fresh start on a higher level, in this higher vibration. And that is going to give this relationship greater stability to move forward to that place of long-term partnership, because your person is having this spiritual awakening. They are addressing those things within them that they have needed to work on, so that they can release them, so that they can kick them to the curb, so that they can get rid of them, because your person doesn't want to be tied down by any of this gunky, nasty stuff anymore, just as much as you don't, as they come back into your life. They want this relationship to start at a higher vibration. Think of it like the video game. You're on level 423, and when this person comes back, zoom, you are going to be on level 649. Those are just arbitrary numbers, guys, but maybe those numbers may resonate with someone out there. The point is, your person has had an awakening, and their reality check, I feel, has definitely been a powerful teacher to them of what they need to do and how they need to do it, how they need to look deep within their psyche, do some shadow work, get rid of that gunky stuff once and for all. Creating the change that needs to be in this connection, moving it to this next cycle, because the Wheel of Fortune is also about moving it to the next cycle, getting to the next phase, getting to the next chapter. And the next chapter is all about this powerful fresh start that comes with the Ace of Wands. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. What does the collective need to know? And we have the Lovers. Well, the Lovers is all about a decision for love. This is about your person wanting to reconcile. This is about them wanting to reunite, but it's more about the two of you building a happy, healthy relationship with each other, because ultimately the Lovers is about sacred union of divine feminine and divine masculine. The Lovers tells us your person is very attracted to you, and that they desire you and they desire this relationship, and they are making decisions of what they need to do to come towards you. They are going through the growth that they need to go through right now, because they are wanting to get to this next phase, which is coming back to you, making the choices, better choices in regard to this relationship to move it forward to the place where the two of you can have this partnership with each other. The Lovers is ruled by Gemini. But you don't have to be a Gemini for this reading to work for you. This is a collective reading, and it's for everyone. It's more important that we consider the meaning of this card and how it relates to the overall message that is in this reading today. Since the Lovers is ruled by Gemini, it tells us that you and your person could be twin flames, because Gemini means the twins. Or you could be soulmates, because the Lovers means the union of hearts and the union of souls. So please just take that as it resonates. It is a spiritual connection, divine counterpart connection that is here between you and your person. But they have awakened to so much during this time of this disconnect, during this time of separation. They want to get to the next chapter. They want to get to the next phase with you, because the next chapter is going to be so much better than the one that each of you are in right now. But this chapter that you are in at the moment is a very important and integral part of this story that is creating, or that is being created for you and your person. But there's so much more to come than where it currently stands. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. What does the collective, what do we need to hear? What is going on with this person? And we have the Ace of Pentacles. Well, boom, boom. Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Your person going to be so much more grounded as they make their way back to you. Your person wanting to start fresh and start over. The Ace of Pentacles is all about stability. The Ace of Pentacles is ruled by the element of earth. The Ace of Wands is fire. Fire moves, water moves, air moves, earth, when it comes to the tarot, does not move. It's things like mountains, boulders, rocks, ground, trees. your person wanting to return and have a much more solid partnership with you, with the Ace of Pentacles showing up. Wanting to start over, wanting to start fresh, but also your person being so much more grounded than they were before. We also have the Fool. Your person does feel very foolish because they regret everything. They regret letting you go. They regret their behaviors. They regret how they hurt you. They feel so much regret for being immature, for being childish, for being selfish, for being egotistical, for being proud, for creating all of the damage in this relationship. But as well, with the Fool, it is all about starting over again. 3 cards of fresh starts. With the Fool, the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. Your person is on the verge of taking this giant step towards you because they want this opportunity to explain themselves, to apologize, and to start talking to you to see if you are even interested at reconciling and starting fresh with them. We also have the 4 of Wands on the bottom. 4 of Wands is about reconciliation and reunion. We have some interesting cards here, guys. The 10 of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles as well. Okay, so let's just talk about this as a unit, okay, as a group. Because with the 8 of Pentacles being here, your person has definitely learned their life lesson. They have definitely had a harsh dose of reality is what I'm hearing, and they have definitely awakened to the fact that life without you is pretty miserable for them. And that is why they are feeling the regret and the remorse of all of this, and they want to come back to you because they want to start over. But with this 4 of Wands and this 10 of Cups being here, that is about them wanting this partnership with you. It is about them seeing this relationship to the end with you, to a different ending than where it is now, actually, because the 10 of Cups is the card of happily ever after. The 4 of Wands is about a long-term partnership as well. It is about reconciliation, just like the Lovers. But then ultimately, it is about this long-term partnership, this commitment, as is the 10 of Cups. This is about your person wanting to repair the damage that they have done and make amends because they have learned their lesson and they are feeling so much regret and remorse for the things that they have done in this connection. This is why they're saying they feel unworthy of your love, because you have always been so kind, loving, caring, giving, compassionate, and generous with them. And they know that how they treated you was not right. And they are feeling the heaviness of all of this at the moment. And that is why they want to come back, because this 8 of Cups is also about lasting love that they want in this connection with the 2 of you. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. Intention. This card comes with number 11. Here we have a beautiful goddess riding this beautiful unicorn. Lots of butterflies, lots of other imagery on this card. Intention. Well, I feel that your person's intentions are to have this long-term partnership with you, this lasting love with you, because they have definitely learned their lesson of what it's like to not have you in their life. And they do not like your absence in their life. They are admitting, they are acknowledging that it is all because of what they did, their choices, their actions, their words, and their behaviors. They know that they will do better moving forward because your person doesn't want to feel this again. They don't want to experience this being disconnected from you ever again. And your person's intention is to come forward and apologize and represent themselves to you in a very different light, because they have had a massive awakening. They have had a big wake-up call here, because you didn't deserve the way this person treated you. They hurt you so much. You guys watching the reading. And they are taking all of that on. They are feeling it. They are experiencing it themselves. And that on top of their shame, their regrets, their embarrassment, humiliating themselves, being disgusted with themselves for how they spoke to you, for how they treated you. It is creating this heavy, heavy life lesson for this person, because the Eight of Pentacles is the card of the student. Your person having these life lessons, thinking that they could have run away from them and not have to have them, but alas, no. When the universe comes calling, knocking on our door, it's time for you to grow up. We can resist for a while, but ultimately we have to change. But also your person acknowledging that this is this everlasting love that is here between the two of you. And this is what they want to get back to with that intention card, stepping forward to announce their intentions to you. Their intention is to come back. Their intention is to build a better relationship. Their intention is to move this connection to a long-term partnership. The intention card comes with number 11. That means it could be the 11th of the month. It could be November. It could be the number 2. It could be February. It could be the 2nd. The number 11 as well, though, is all about union, balance, and harmony being restored to this relationship. But let's see what else. Illusion. Embrace the truth. Well, looks like this person is walking out of that mirror. And I feel your person is having to embrace the truth right now. I feel that their illusion, or their illusions rather, have been exposed to them. This illusion card tells us your person can see deep within themselves, and they are kicking away these illusions that we talked about with that moon card that started the tarot portion of the reading. But as well, your person is ready to embrace the truth. And they are having to embrace the truth at the moment, which is their current reality, which is that their life is not so happy without you. They are trying to pretend that everything is okay with them. And they think that if they just fake it until they make it, that everything is going to be okay. But deep down inside, they know that that's not going to be the case, because their loneliness for you is screaming out at them. Their desire for you is overwhelming them. They're melancholy. They've got the blues. They miss you. They're sad. They're miserable. They're unhappy. They can't forgive themselves. But they know what they need to do to come back in your direction, and that is to show up with this apology and express their intentions for you. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. Battle of the Blues. Take steps towards positive change. Well, this looks like the Lady of the Lake. Maybe that's Sir Lancelot here. The Lady of the Lake. Maybe that's King Arthur. This card always reminds me of the Lady of the Lake, actually. Holding Excalibur, the sword of truth, the sword of integrity, telling us that your person is going to reach out and communicate with you. Take steps towards positive change. And your person knows that the only way that they're going to pull themselves up and out of this melancholy place, this battle of the blues, is to start reaching out and communicating with you and bridging the distance between you by showing up and apologizing to you, by being much more expressive to you, by sharing everything with you about why they have brought all of this chaos and confusion into your life, about apologizing for the damage, for creating this heartbreak and heart devastation, emotional devastation that you have been feeling. Because they need to show up and apologize to you, because yes, you are entitled to a very heartfelt and sincere apology from this person. But as well, they want to apologize. They know they need to apologize because they're not going to forgive themselves unless they apologize to you. And this is part of their dilemma at the moment, but they're going to work it out. They are going to figure it out. And I feel for those of you whose person applies to this reading, they are definitely all in their feels at the moment. They are all in their emotions. But they need to feel it to heal it. They got to bring it up by dealing with it, right? Confusion, uncertain, unclear, and unsure. Well, your person may feel a little confused about where they stand in your life right now. because they haven't bothered to find out. And they need to find out, and there's only one way to find out, and that is by opening the lines of communication and asking you. You know, instead of spending all this time in this melancholy, moody, and gloomy and doomy place where they are battling the blues, it would be so much more efficient for this person to just pick up the phone and reach out to you. I wish I could talk to all of them. It would make so much more sense. It would just be so much easier than all of this stuff that they are dwelling on. However, I understand the reason they are having to go through this experience, because it is giving them what they need. It is providing the growth for them. It is giving them their wake-up calls. It is giving them this transformation that they need to make sure that they never do anything like this to you ever again. But I feel your person wants to get rid of their confusion. And the only way they're going to be able to do that is to reach out and start talking to you, because this person does want to come back. Well, here we have pride. Look at that beautiful tiger. Arrogance, ego, and stubborn. I don't like arrogance. It's really annoying. Well, so is ego and stubbornness, actually. Well, so is pride. Is your person stubborn? You guys watching the reading, some people can be so stubborn and resistant to change that they need a life lesson like this to wake them up and get them moving. Because these kind of life lessons are very powerful. When we have to deal with a lot of emotional upheaval, I'm talking about your person. I know that you guys watching the reading have gone through your own emotional upheaval. I understand that. But they're having to deal with all of this as well. They're having to acknowledge that they brought all of this upon themselves. They are having to look at themselves and realize that they hurt you, that they broke your heart, and that they brought so much damage into your life and into this connection. But then they're having to feel their own heartbreak and heartache as well. Powerful teachers to wake them up and get them moving so that they do what is necessary, so that they can show back up, so that they can start rebuilding this relationship. All they have to do is take this one step towards you, like that game, Mother May I. Mother May I. Take a giant step forward. Yes, person, take a giant step forward. Take that leap of faith. Pick up that phone and make something happen. But this is what this person is going to do, actually. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. Sorrow. Well, this is about loss, grief, and depression. And we definitely have that in this reading. I feel your person is feeling that loss, grief, and depression. But this is what they need to feel. They need to feel what it's like to not have you in their life. They need to have that experience. They need to feel the absence of you, because that is as well a powerful teacher, especially with this person longing for you and missing you and wanting to get back to you and having to battle the blues because you aren't together. Let them work through it. You just stand in this space where you are, you guys watching the reading, standing still, doing nothing. Let them figure it out and let them come towards you. But let's see what else is coming through for this message today, please. Clarity. Intentions again. Truth, intentions, and honesty. Well, for me, clarity is all about having a big, old, huge, massive wake-up call, and I do feel this person has been having this wake-up call during the time that you have been disconnected from each other. In this space where you are right now, this person is definitely seeing the truth. They are seeing everything that they have done. They are having to take that on, and they are having to really feel what it is like to not have you in their life. They're having to honestly look at themselves and express the truth to themselves. And in doing that, by getting real, by getting authentic, by getting honest, it is going to give them the courage that they need to turn around and come back towards you. But let's see what else is coming through, please. Well, regret. I wish this never happened. That's not about them wishing this connection never happened. That is about them wishing that they had handled things differently and that they hadn't created all of this drama and trauma in your life and breaking your heart. They do feel this regret. And you know what? They should feel regret for what they've done. They need to feel this guilt. They need to feel this remorse because you didn't deserve this, but they needed the growth as a result of it. That is why this is happening. Your person needed the growth, the spiritual growth, the personal growth, the awakening that has come as a result of this separation that the two of you are in at the moment. Although you are ideally preparing for union, and we see that all over the reading with the Four of Wands, the Ten of Cups, and the Lovers. They needed this growth to make sure that they never bring this kind of behavior into this connection for the two of you ever again. And you know what? They will not. Neglected. I failed to give you what you need. Well, yes, they failed to give you what you need. They just failed you. They failed this relationship. They also failed themselves through the process of all of this. Letting you down, letting themselves down, letting God down as well, because this is a divine counterpart connection. But through this person's reality at the moment, they see and they experience life without you. And they feel major regret. And they don't like it. And they know that there is only one solution. And that is to pick up the phone, to reach out to you, so the two of you can talk and clear their air, so that they can start talking to you about what their intentions are for this connection, after they apologize, of course. Because ultimately, this person has always seen this union with you. It has always been there in the forefront of their mind. They just weren't ready for it. They needed to grow up. And based on the cards that we have in this reading today, growing up is what this person has been doing during this time that you are preparing for union. This is your reading for today, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all of you so very much. Blessings of peace, love, and light to all of you watching today. Have a great day, everyone.